If you get out on the water and boat long enough, it's bound to happen. At some point in time in your boating life, you are going to run into something. It is just inevitable, just like some of the things we're going to witness in this week's episode of Boneheaded Boaters of the Week. And it really doesn't matter how good of a captain you think you are. You can be one of the pro captains out there on the water or just the casual weekend boater. If you get out there enough and are on the water long enough, eventually it's kind of like driving a car. At some point in time, you are either going to run into something or something's going to run into you. Now, one of the keys to this is trying to mitigate just how bad that actual run-in is. Just like in a car, it's a little different if you just hit a curb on accident versus going out there and going head-on into a tractor trailer. Boating has the same kind of aspects. You've always got to pay attention to what's going on around you and do everything in your power to mitigate the risk of actually getting into a collision with something, and then always being sure to follow the golden rule of boating, which is never approaching something any faster than you're willing to hit it. Now, in boating, there are plenty of things for you to wind up hitting or get hit by. For example, it doesn't always have to be another boater. Maybe you can wind up hitting the land, or hitting a reef, or hitting a rock that's submerged just below the waterline. So you always have to pay attention to everything that's going on around you. Of course, the obvious one's possibly getting hit by another boater, but again, there are plenty of obstacles that possibly could hit you out there on the water. And of course, it's not just on the water you have to worry about. We've got to trailer those boats to get around, so sometimes some of the things you could hit could be on land, but you never know what kind of obstacles you're going to find that could be in your way out there on the water. So many things lie along the coastlines that somehow could just wind up in the drink that you never know what to expect. Plenty of people wind up hitting logs and various other things that are submerged just below the waterline, so you always got to pay attention, because again, you never know what's going to get washed out. But of course, one of the most common places you're likely going to hit something out there on the water is going to be around the dock. It's one of those places that you're going to visit almost every single trip that you go out on your vessel, which makes it a higher probability of running into it. I mean, you're approaching a stationary object on a floating vessel. At some point in time, contact is going to be made. Now, I can see it already. Some of you are already in the comments saying, BG, no way, I'm a better captain than that. I'm never hitting anything other than the rev limiter on my boat. This sounds like the old mating call of Florida man right there, but of course you are going to hit something. Again, I don't care how good you are. What can you do to try and avoid objects out there in the water? Well, the first thing you can do is just look up and actually pay attention. Just like when you're driving a car, you don't want to be texting or driving and not paying attention, because if you're not paying attention to where you're going, things will go wrong. The next thing you'll want to do to try and make sure you don't hit anything out there in the water is understand and know your waters. Study charts around your local waters to make sure there's no submerged items that you need to pay attention for, or make sure you have updated charts on your boat, and that will help ensure you don't wind up stuck on a rock or a sandbar. And one of the last things you can do to really make sure you don't wind up getting into too much trouble out there in the water, well, that's going to be practice. That's right, practice makes perfect. Get some people involved with you that know how to boat, especially if you're a new boater. Take them out there with you and let them ride around in the boat. They might be able to give you some good tips and tricks to help you better understand what you're doing in boating.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Because in boating, a lot of times the difference between hitting something and missing something is going to come down to a matter of inches. And let's be honest, your whole boating life is going to be a matter of inches, because it's going to be within inches of you hitting items, within inches of you having a good time, and of course, well, everybody gets 6-inch itis when they get out there. After you've had your boat long enough, you're going to want a few more inches on your vessel. And then again, you have to learn all over, because once you get that bigger boat, things are a little more complex, and you got to learn how it handles out there on the water as well. All the way up to the point till you get to something like this.
Some drama, unbridled drama, but the boys made it through. Very quick word, very quick word. Oh, well done, boys!
Thanks for watching, crew. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode of Boneheaded Boaters of the Week. If you ever see anything crazy happening out on your waterways, be sure to hit us up on Facebook or Instagram and let us know when you might see your stories over here. And if you guys haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on the subscribe button.